People of Reddit, do you often stay up late because you feel that you haven't had sufficient personal time at home? How does this affect your daily life and routine? Every night, when I'm the only one awake, that's the only time my anxiety fully quiets down, no matter who I'm with. I can do whatever I want and it really helps me avoid social burnout, etc. It also feels like my obligations don't apply to me after midnight for some reason. Lol. The flip side of this is that I often end up not getting enough sleep and then I feel gross the next day, not as well equipped to deal with the same stuff that stressed me out the day before. It's a weird cycle and I'm still trying to find an equilibrium. I enjoy staying up late, especially in the summer when I often play video games from noon to early morning. I've realized that I prefer night because of the peace it brings. Being around people, even family, can be stressful for me, and I only feel completely relaxed when I'm alone. There are no expectations at 2 a.m., and it feels liberating. Absolutely. Even though I usually tend to have time for after work for my sewing or games, I stay up once I'm done with those hobbies just to have some quiet time to myself. I live at home so my family is awake while I do hobbies, aka not particularly quiet. Once they are all asleep, I like to have time to wind down and journal into the night. I used to do this every night. I still do on rare occasions, but I've kind of switched to waking up early and getting personal time in. It's really improved my life in so many ways. When I stayed up late for me time, I'd spend that time drinking and playing video games. In the morning I read and drink coffee. Yes, busy mother of 3, 9ish p.m. 2 a.m. or so, often interrupted by multiple people, is the only time I have for myself. Certain chores like cleaning the kitchen after dinner, folding laundry, paying bills and meal prep sometimes happen here too. As well as having a good shower or bath every single night. I also wake up between 12 a.m. 3 a.m. in a panic many nights to do things I usually don't have time for. I'm exhausted and hate life. Signed, mom of 1, 2 pets, large house, and a spouse that doesn't help much at all. Certainly, balancing a full workday, family time, and personal time only leaves about 4 or 5 hours for sleep, which is less than the recommended 8-10 hours. With already limited time for family and self, it's hard to cut back on either all the time, and then my schedule gets off and I have to pay for it eventually. Today was one of those days. I fell asleep early on Saturday, woke up at 9:00 p.m, couldn't go back to sleep, and then I had to work 8:00 to 8:00 today. Absolutely. As a wife and mom, getting time alone is next to impossible unless I stay up till 12 or so. I'm up by 5 a.m. so my sleep schedule is a dumpster fire. But I have to have that time or else I'm short and cranky. You put into words what I haven't yet considered. But yes, it's to gain that personal time that I owe to myself. So many hours of our lives go into what we need to do, but we need to balance out what we want to do. I stay up late because if I am not tired enough when I lay down, my mind will wander for hours. I will usually have a dream based on the things on my mind too, which are worse than just a regular nightmare. I do this pretty much every night. When I finally get into bed, it feels so good. I promised myself it will be different the next night, but unfortunately, it never is. Yes, almost every night. I don't want my life to be just about work, eating, and sleeping. Plus, the earlier I sleep, the quicker I have to face work again. I normally work until midnight, so when I finally go to bed, all I want to do is read in peace and quiet for a few hours without any interruptions. My evenings are the only time I get to unwind, so I often sacrifice sleep to enjoy hobbies or simply relax. It does make mornings harder, though. Guilty as charged as a parent, nighttime is my undercover superhero moment. Only my power is binge watching shows instead of saving the world. I cannot wait until everyone in my house gives me the time to just be alone with my thoughts and what I truly want to do by myself. Simple. Nope. I can have the day off, lounge around doing exactly what I want when I want, and still procrastinate going to sleep. It's a problem. Yeah, I love staying up late, plus if I didn't, my life would literally just be work and sleep, and I'd go insane if that was the case. It's like a stealth mission to reclaim my freedom from the day. But the next morning? Feels like I've been hit by a sleepy truck. My night owl membership requires sacrificing sleep for hobbies. Mornings are tough, but who needs sleep when you have coffee? Yes, and I've become a connoisseur of 2 a.m. snacks. The downside? My alarm clock and I aren't on speaking terms anymore. My bed's like, come sleep, and I'm like, just one more episode. Next thing I know, it's morning, and I'm a zombie. I'm convinced my couch has a magnetic field at night that keeps me stuck there. Morning me does not appreciate this. My late nights are sponsored by the phrase, just one more chapter. My morning self is not a fan of my night self. My late night routine is like a secret society meeting for one. The initiation ritual? Yawning all day at work, every day. I stay up until 2-3 a.m. even when I'm tired. I need the alone time once everyone goes to bed. I often stay up late to work. I feel like I will teach late the next morning, so I try to stay up late almost every night. It has affected my work, family, and health. I would not recommend it to anyone. Fucks it. But I don't have a lot to do right now for the rest of the year. As a father, I do this too. The hours between 10 p.m. and 12:01 a.m. are my personal time, after the kids go to bed. End up staying up late just to get some time to myself.